Hi. So many times we talk about how where God makes each of us unique and how He made each of us different and individual, and no two are the same. Just like snowflakes are all different and all unique. So we're, as people, all unique. God made us all different, and we know that. But just like snowflakes, all originate in the same place. Up in the atmosphere, there's water vapor. It condenses, it forms ice crystals, and it comes down. They start at the same place, but they all come down different. And that's kind of like we are. We all originate from God. God Himself created each of us. It doesn't matter our lineage, our parentage, or how our life started, or our circumstances of our birth. Each one of us started in God's imagination, God's idea. God breathed in us. In Psalms 139, He says He knew us before we were ever formed in our mother's womb. He knew us, and He wrote down our days in a book. He knew everything. He took the time to imagine our lives, to write it down, and to plan our lives, everything for the good, because Jeremiah says 29:11, He plans everything for the good. And He took that time to write it down, to imagine us, to breathe into us. And then it says in Jeremiah 1, He says that He knew us before we were in our mother's womb, and He called us to a certain position and a certain plan. So He took that time to imagine us, to plan us, to provide for us. And then He celebrated us. He sang over us. And it says in Zephaniah 3:17, the Lord your God in your midst, the mighty one will save. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you with His love. He will rejoice over you with singing. See, God planned you. He imagined you. He took the time for you individually. And then He had a party. But we all originated in one place, and that is in God's thought and God's imagination. And then think about this: when your mom's cell and your dad's cell join together, then just as in the beginning, there's a bright light. And just like God said in the beginning, let there be light. He said, let there be John, let there be Nancy, let there be Anne. And you were formed. But so many times in the hustle and bustle of this life, we forget the song that God sang over us. We forget what He wrote down, His efforts in creating us. There's a tribe, it's called the Himba tribe in Namibia. And when the mother, before conception, while the mother is pregnant with this child, she sings a song. She learns this child's song. And all through the life, at the birth, at marriage, all different life events, the song is sung over this child. The same song, because that song is the child's identity. And when the child is having some issues, when it's having some doing things that are not right, what do? They don't shun them. Instead, the whole village gathers around this person and sings their song and reminds them of their identity and loves them and reminds them where they came from. And so many times when we're going through life and everything's going back and forth, and we're trying to do this and that and do our calling and do all the stuff we're supposed to do, sometimes during that time we need to stop, and we need to be still, and we need to listen to our song. We need to listen to how God created us. We need to listen to our identity and center ourselves again in our origin, not in all of our differences, but in the fact that God created each of us the same way. Just as snowflakes came from the sky, so we came from the breath of God. And during that time, rejoice. Rejoice in the fact that God, the creator of the universe, the Father of all things, The great I Am took time and wrote your book. He took time and planned your life. He took time and sang your song. And it's those things that he loved you. So yes, we're all created different. Yes, we all have unique abilities, talents, plans, purposes. But in all this, we're alike. And that is, God loves us. Each one he loves. And he took time for you. Now you take time for you. Go out and be blessed.